Once upon a time, three friends were on a journey in a plan to paragliding. They were so happy and excited for the trip, dancing in the plane.
Hello guys, we are going to jump and paragliding today.
And then they jumped. But unfortunately, a sudden, fierce storm engulfed them midair, tearing their parachutes and scattering them across different biomes. When the storm cleared, Alex and Mike found themselves in a vast, empty desert. Their first thought was of Steve. They tried desperately to call him on their communicator, their voices echoing in the silence. Meanwhile, miles away, Steve had crash-landed deep within a dense, humid jungle. Disoriented, his priority was finding his lost bag. Suddenly, chilling noises broke the silence. He turned, his heart pounding, to see monstrous glowing eyes emerge from the shadows. Back with Alex and Mike, they continued their desperate search. They reached a desert village as night fell, weary and disheartened. The village leader, sensing their distress, approached them. The friends explained their plight, begging for help. Though hesitant to venture into the dangerous night, the kind leader offered them shelter. Alex and Mike gratefully accepted, finding a comfortable room to rest and prepare for the morning's search. Terrified, Steve scrambled, finding refuge in a small, dark cave, hoping to escape the lurking horrors of the night. Refreshed, Steve knew he couldn't stay put. He had to find his friends. He began his journey pushing through the dense foliage, hoping to find a way out. As he walked, he spotted a gentle panda munching on bamboo, a brief moment of peace in his perilous journey. A little later, a colorful, chattering parrot swooped down from the canopy. Steve watched it, and to his surprise, the bird landed right on his shoulder. With his new feathered friend, Steve finally pushed through the last of the thick trees and found himself outside the jungle biome. Meanwhile, miles away in the desert, Alex and Mike also woke up, the morning light filling their room in the village. The generous village leader, seeing they were determined to find their friend, gifted them 2 sturdy horses to speed their search. Their journey took them through a stunning forest of pink cherry blossoms, a beautiful but silent landscape. While riding through the blossoms, a stray dog ran up to them, wagging its tail. It seemed friendly and alone, just like them. They gave the dog some food, and it immediately became their loyal companion, trotting happily alongside their horses, filled with grazing sheep and cows. As evening approached again, they spotted another village in the distance. Tired from their long day of riding, they approached. Hoping for a place to rest, they explained their story to the villagers, who listened with sympathy and offered them a place to stay for the night. While they settled into luxury, Steve finished his rough shelter just as darkness fell. He and his parrot lay on the hard floor, exhausted. The night was not peaceful. A ghostly phantom swooped down from the sky, its screech disturbing Steve's sleep. But his small, brave parrot darted out from the shelter, fearlessly chasing the massive creature. At the same time, Alex and Mike awoke in their luxurious room. They were invited to a wonderful breakfast with the villagers, sharing stories and gathering information. Before they left, the villagers, impressed by their quest, gifted them 2 strong iron swords for protection. With their new weapons, they went to the horse shelter, ready to set off once more. The trail led them through another beautiful, magical forest, and eventually to a grand, ancient castle. They passed the castle and began a long, arduous climb up a towering mountain. From the top, they could see for miles, the tiny castle just a speck in the distance behind them. It was late again. On the cold, windy mountaintop, Steve, meanwhile, had also packed up his small shelter and started his journey anew, with his parrot flying ahead. His path led him into a murky, unpleasant swamp. A cold rain began to pour down. He and his parrot took shelter under a large, drooping tree, waiting for the downpour to stop. After the rain, his journey took a dark turn. First, an eerie ghost valley, then a dark forest of giant, unsettling mushrooms. At last, he escaped the terror, only to find his path blocked by a new, massive obstacle, a range of vast, snow-covered mountains. He pushed onward, crossing the frozen peaks. But as he descended the other side, he was spotted. A group of hostile pillagers emerged from the snow. Exhausted and alone, Steve was no match for them. They captured him. They threw him into a crude wooden cage, his parrot squawking angrily from a nearby tree, unable to help. The next morning, Alex and Mike awoke on the cold mountaintop. On their way, they met a wandering trader, who pointed them in the direction he'd seen a lone traveler heading towards the snow mountains. They soon arrived at a clearing, the very spot Steve was captured. There, half buried in the snow, was his shoe. Their brave dog immediately caught his scent. They fought, released his friend, and came back to the village, where a helicopter was waiting for them. At then end they reached to his home safely. Did you like this journey? Comment down below and make sure to subscribe.